Hi, I just spoke to a woman and she goes, aren't you happy for that woman? She had a lot of pain in her life not having children, and aren't you happy for her that she conceived? I go, you're looking at it the wrong way. She was receiving stolen property. Stolen property from me that I was using. I wanted another baby at that time, a full genetic sibling. I never had a shared cycle. This cycle was a solo cycle for me alone, not to be with anybody else. And I'm sorry. A thief is a thief. That's why we're supposed to have laws in place to protect us. And that's what I'm discussing, that IVF has a gray zone right in the middle of it, where a lot of abuses are happening. This woman could have got donated embryos from the Snowflake Foundation and did a home study and did everything that she had to do. If she didn't qualify for a home study, and this woman is psychologically unbalanced, unhinged, psychiatric issues, whatever, if she was schizophrenic, bipolar, whatever, the doctor helped her bypass the system for money. And I'm sorry. That's why we have safeguards in place to protect children. And the way her husband treated her on the day I met her in November, what kind of home is it? If he would openly belittle his wife in front of strangers that you never seen in your life, what do you do in the privacy of your own home? I'm sorry. This is not the family that I would choose to have my children if I was ever going to give it up. No, I was using my embryos. Let's get that point across. He was trying to get her pregnant and me pregnant at the same time. Our cycles were coinciding together. Where's the justice in it? Anything can be manipulated with medication. And this, I'm sorry, having her there, having me there, why did he have her there again in December when he knew there was only one embryo? Was he planning on doing a fake cycle or not? And on me or on her? When this nurse ran out of the room, she made the decision that the embryo wasn't going to be mine. He covered for her. So I hold him responsible. He's a father of 5 children, 4 girls, 1 boy. Give away one of your children. No, you wouldn't do that. But you know what? You give mine away. You cannot make it up to me. You stole my money. You stole my child. You put me through painful procedures knowing that there was no hope of pregnancy. And there's no forgiveness. You cannot make it up to me. You cannot make it up to my children. When they come to see you when they're 18 and they watch these videos, what are you going to tell them? Clinical decision? My son will be a man at that time, and you will be an old man. Tell him how you stole his brother while his mother was trying to give him a sibling where he wouldn't be alone in the world, that he would have someone to play with and grow up with and have fun. You stole his brother that he could have grew up playing hockey with and being best friends with. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter. She's a mama's girl. But you changed the destiny of my family. to give me a half sibling. Not a full sibling, a half. Another woman has a full genetic sibling. That's what happens when you use donors. It's not always you're going to get the same donor to donate again. They're limited because of the general population and the chances of siblings running into each other. And you see, that's what he's doing. He's using embryos that children are being created in the clinics, full genetic siblings that are close in proximity. What happens if the children meet up and date, and then they have a child, and their child is something wrong with them, and they do genetic testing, their brother and sister? How can this happen? It happens because of people like this that don't give a shit, that just want money and don't care about the general population. You see, the royal family, they kept to each other. A lot of incest, uncles marrying their nieces, and genetic abnormalities. Go on YouTube and look up the royal family, how genetic diseases affect families. We don't intermingle with our family for a reason. You know, this should never have happened. Right now, this has to be corrected. And I'm hoping the police are actually going to do their job. You know, it's not that hard to figure out. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. Bring it to the prosecutor's office. See, I'm demanding them to bring it. I went to the prosecutor's office about 6-7 times. I met with people. They go, you need a police officer to bring it to the prosecutor's office. My hands are tied until they bring it. I want it brought to the prosecutor's office. I want a criminal investigation done on the clinic. I want that nurse arrested. I want her held accountable. You see, I know where she lives. She's in the West Island. She doesn't live that far away from me. You will pay for your crime. And I hope, you know, when we go to meet our Maker and the gates open up for us, we have to repent for our sins. Can you go through those gates and say you never hurt anybody? I can tell you right now, you hurt me. You hurt my family. You hurt my children. And I can't forgive you for that. You need to pay for what you've done. And I will never stop. I will get justice. I will knock on every door, and I have. I spoke to I sent emails to the Justice Minister. I spoke with the Health Minister. There's no laws when it comes to IVF, and that's why I want you to know. You're not protected. Neither was I. You're at the mercy of these clinics. And your property, it's valuable. There's couples that will pay for that. You have to realize everything in life has value. To another person that doesn't have what you have, that what you can create and they can't, they will pay money for it. Canada has to stand up and stop this. And that's why I'm posting. And hopefully I will have news from the Montreal police, and they will be telling me they went in, they got the files, they want DNA samples right now. See, that's what I need, is DNA. Demand DNA from these people. That's what I'm asking for. I need a court order to get DNA on the baby to prove my case. See, DNA don't lie for anybody. DNA is black and white. There's no gray zones. You are either the mother or you're not the mother. And right now, DNA will prove what I'm saying. He is accountable to a lot of people right now. He can be sued by a lot of people right now. The truth needs to come out. He needs to be accountable to everybody. And the police are the only ones that can do this right now. Demand justice. Justice should be for everybody, not the few, for everybody. How many people have their children stolen and don't know about it? Truth is everything. I believe in God. I believe in justice. I believe what comes around goes around, and we all have to pay for what we do on this earth. And that's why I'm always been lucky in life, because I never hurt anybody. I'm always the first person to say, what can I do for you? Can I help you? If there's something I can do for you, I will do it for you without a second thought, because I believe that everything will come back to me in another way. You give and you get back. If you were robbed, God will find a way for you to get it back and more, because you're a good person, you're an honest person, and that it will come back. And see, right now, I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping that things will open up. The truth will come out. And vindication is everything. And right now, I'm trying not to give up on hope. I'm trying not to fall in a deep, dark place. I have 2 beautiful children that I love, and I will do anything for. And you see, right now my son is in my daughter's crib. They're playing when they're supposed to be sleeping. You see, this is what life is all about. The joy of hearing your children laugh and having fun. And, you know, this little boy deserved to be here and deserved to be playing with his brother. Look at your brother and say, what happens if, if he wasn't here? What would my life be like? You see, I never agreed to this. I was an unwilling party in it. There's always going to be people in life that take advantage of you. And we try to safeguard ourselves. But sometimes, no matter how many safeguards you put up, you fall victim. But when you find out about it, you have to speak your truth. And that's what I'm doing right now, is speaking my truth. And that's all I can do, is speak my truth. I will never stop talking about this. I will always get my point across that we need laws. We need laws protecting us with IVF. There's too many gray zones. We need law. Until the law is passed, anybody that does IVF can be a victim. And there's no way to know. In my case, it was 2 wonderful people that spoke up and said this was not okay. They paid for it. And see, there's always victims. This is not a victimless crime. So, if you agree with me, stand up and say no more. Demand a new law. I'm thinking about starting an online petition to give in to the government to do this. And right now it's like, I'm just figuring out how to work out the computers and everything, and Gary's been helping, and dealing with the kids, household renovations, dogs, kids, life, COVID, trying to do it all. But hopefully that there's someone out there that can help and that could help with justice. And like I had some people telling me, go to the women's center, go see a student lawyer, try to get someone that's in law that could help you. Because you know what? Legal is expensive. It took me $10,000 and 4 attorneys to get to the point where I am now. And like I have one other lawyer that he's waiting in the background for me. Everything costs money. See, I was willing to sacrifice everything I have for justice. And right now I had to take it out of the courts because of the DNA and everything and the financial burden. And right now it's like I have to think about the 2 little ones. But I can't forget there is a child out there that deserves the truth. And I will give it to him. And right now I'm hoping that Justin Trudeau hears this, the justice minister, the health minister, look at my children and say, do they deserve what happened to them? To have their brother stolen. Investigate. Seek the truth. That's the field you're in. Seek the truth. Seek knowledge. Fix what's wrong in the system. That's all I'm asking for. It's not about money. It's not about compensation. It's not about anything. The damage is done. I would never experience him growing inside me, hearing his heartbeat for the first time, seeing him for the first time, seeing him learn how to walk and talk and everything. I'm missing out on a lot. You cannot make that up. So right now, ask for justice. The truth is out there. They could find it if they really wanted to. But this is something that they want hidden. It needs to come to the light. That's all I'm asking for. All right, I'm going to try and put my monkeys to sleep.